You're about to crash land into this world, destined to be Nikola Tesla. Congrats, unlucky soul. From birth, it's like the universe stamped fail on your forehead with flashing lightning bolts. How charming. Your father? A rigid priest certain you'll follow his holy path rather than tinker with outlandish gadgets. Your mother? Incredibly clever, forever inventing household contraptions, but too swamped to realize you might be a prodigy plotting to zap civilization. Family dinners are an awkward showdown. Dad rants about your sacred calling. Mom quietly sews weird devices from spare rags, and you fantasize about electrifying everyone. You're 7, stuck in a sleepy village. The goats practically gossip that you're summoning demons whenever you sneeze. Locals expect a pint-sized priest, kneeling for hours, mumbling prayers by candlelight. You despise kneeling, it hurts, and find prayers more chore than salvation. Staring at the flame, you wonder, could I harness that heat with the right gadget? Then tragedy. Your older brother, the family's shining star, dies in a freak riding accident. Now Dad's full force of expectations lands on you. If you were half dreading priesthood before, you're now roped into being the priest. At his funeral, you barely process grief, feeling only that your overshadowing sibling is gone. Cue your teenage years. Your head buzzes with invention ideas. Rivers, lightning, every natural force screams to be harnessed. Locals call you crazy. You're bored, your dad's even grumpier, and your mother is half present. Perfect environment for budding genius, right? One day you're tinkering with a tiny water wheel, hoping it might spew cosmic energy. You slip and crack your shin. Brilliant. Father catches you and berates your useless contraptions. You retort, "I'll shock the whole world someday." He drags you inside for yet another lecture on your destiny in the church. You sulk, nursing bruises, fantasizing about an escape route to a place that appreciates half-mad teenage inventors. College. Finally, a break from medieval gloom. You devour math and physics, enthralled by alternating current. Professors split. Some think you're brilliant, others think you've lost it. You barrel ahead, sleeping 2 hours a day, skipping meals, surviving on creative mania. The fear that Dad might yank you back to the pulpit spurs you on. You hook your contraptions to electricity, chasing each new experiment like an obsession. Then you flee to America, the famed land of opportunity and cheap labor. Enter Thomas Edison, cunning, charismatic, and apparently ready to hustle you. You shake his hand despite an inner warning. He might rip you off. But your pride says, "I'm Nikola Tesla. I've got this." You slave in Edison's lab, designing motors, solving his direct current problems. He dangles a lucrative bonus if you fix the issues. You skip meals, again, push your brain to delirium, then triumphantly show him your solutions. He snickers. Bonus? That was a joke. You nearly explode, tasting betrayal. Time to quit before you throttle him with his own wires. Broke, you roam the streets, surviving on stale bread and righteous fury. You do grunt work digging ditches, muttering, "I'll show them all." People eye you like a raving lunatic, which might be half true. But hey, you'd rather be a crazy dreamer than a sellout. Finally, a spark of hope. George Westinghouse hears of your alternating current ideas. He swoops in like a fairy godfather with contracts and funds, enabling you to unleash AC. Soon, whole cities glow, factories hum with unstoppable energy. You feel like a demigod rewriting humanity's electrical future. Yet even Westinghouse, while not as conniving as Edison, is still a shrewd businessman. You sense you're a piece on a larger chessboard. Your love life? Non-existent. You've basically married your inventions. Family ties? Gone. Your father likely fumes over your refusal to become a priest, and your mother, far away, probably prays you don't blow up New York. You tell yourself, "At least I'm near God's domain, lightning." Sure, you have fame now, but money? It vanishes as fast as it comes. You stage theatrical demos, tossing electrical arcs between Tesla coils, scaring investors into either writing checks or running for their lives. You have more inventions, wireless power, radio waves, bladeless turbines, but everyone tags you as the eccentric wizard, overshadowed by the bigger war of currents. People gossip, "He's that Tesla guy who once fried a steak with high-voltage sparks." They snicker more than invest. At your peak, you strut around Manhattan in crisp suits, chatting with Mark Twain and mingling with elites. Beneath the polished floors, you're still that anxious kid who lost his brother and never got Dad's blessing. Sarcasm hides your insecurities. You might even compliment someone's jewel-studded necklace with, "I prefer the gleam of raw lightning," swirling a glass of imaginary champagne because you're too broke for the real thing. Then it all teeters. You pour your life into Wardenclyffe Tower, dreaming of global wireless transmission. Investors bail when they find you a bit too out there. You stand before an unfinished monument to your imagination, whispering, "Really? Is nobody seeing this genius?" Meanwhile, Edison supporters keep up their DC drumbeat, Westinghouse struggles financially, and the media frames you as some half-mad scientist or footnote in the current wars. Money slips through your fingers. You beg for new backers. Wireless energy will transform humanity. They nod politely, but never commit. Soon you're broke, shuffling from one dingy lodging to another. Memories of high society galas fade. So do friends who find your endless schematics bewildering. Your health deteriorates under insomnia, chronic stress, and a brain forever in overdrive. Each morning you wake exhausted, yet your mind refuses to slow. Sometimes you sift through old letters from home, recalling your father's towering expectations and the loss of your brother. Age creeps up. You retreat into near seclusion, feeding pigeons at your window. You might murmur to them more than you admit. Onlookers call you eccentric, though a few still recognize your towering genius. By night, you sketch wild devices: death rays to end wars, cosmic energy harvesters, advanced propulsion. Your cramped hotel room overflows with ideas that might save the world, or prove you've lost your grip. Perhaps your father, had he lived, might still scoff. Your mother might well weep at your solitude. You still wear threadbare suits, pressing them meticulously to preserve a shred of dignity. Hotel staff whisper behind your back. People claim your prime was decades ago, that you gambled your brilliance on dreams nobody would fund. You keep going, driven by a flicker of hope. Then, quietly, you die alone in that hotel, scattered notes at your side. The pigeons peck at the window, expecting crumbs that never come. So fades the man who once tamed lightning. But history will circle back, exalting the visionary who dared to shape electricity in ways no one else imagined. Someday, the world will know the full breadth of Nikola Tesla's genius. So that's your life as Nikola Tesla. Brilliant, misunderstood, perpetually broke, with a heart full of lightning bolts and endless ambition. Not exactly a Hollywood happy ending, but definitely a roller coaster of genius, betrayal, and crackling arcs of electricity. If you're still reading, alive, and maybe reconsidering every career choice, do us all a favor. Like this video, subscribe, and keep that spark of madness lit. We'd hate to see you end up in a pigeon-filled hotel room, unless that's your thing. Do not forget to subscribe to see more videos like this one.